Okay, so I know this video is a day late and I apologize for that, but now that I think about it, there aren't exactly a whole lot of people that watch my stuff right now, so I kinda doubt anyone's gonna really notice. Anyways, hey there everybody, and welcome to day 7 of 12 Days of Anime. Today I'm actually going to be looking at a manga I read a few months back called Shoulder-a-Coffin Kuro, a 4-panel style manga following a young girl named Kuro who always wears black and carries her possessions around in a large coffin strapped to her back. Accompanied by a snarky bat named Sen and twin children named Nijuku and Sanju, she travels around to multiple different towns, meeting different people along the way and sometimes helping them solve personal problems. Along the way, we uncover different mysteries about Kuro and Sen and slowly begin to discover why the two of them are traveling in the first place. This manga is a lot of fun. The 4-panel style is a bit distracting and, in my opinion, unnecessary, but regardless, I really enjoyed reading it. I think what I like the most about it is the fact that while it appears to be a cute, lighthearted adventure story on the surface, when you really look at it, it's actually a bit deeper and more adult than you might think. The moment I started to realize this is the moment I'll be talking about today. The first part of Chapter 2 explains how Kuro and Sen met Nijuku and Sanju and why they decided to travel with them. It opens up with Kuro and Sen knocking at a scientist's mansion to see if they can have a look at his research. When no one answers, they decide to break in and check the place out themselves. Kuro and Sen split up to look around and Kuro heads down to the basement. There, she finds two little girls, Nijuku and Sanju, in a cell, who she learns were created by the scientist and are quite affectionate towards him. After she lets them out, she learns from Sen that the scientist was brutally murdered and has to find some way to relay this information to the kids. Of course, since they're so young and innocent, they don't quite understand the concept of death yet, resulting in a somewhat heartbreaking response. Innocence is probably one of my favorite themes in media. I don't really know why, but I just really like seeing it. However, aside from the obvious innocent response to the news of their creator's death, I think the more interesting bit is their names. For those of you who don't know, Niju-Q is Japanese for 29, while Sanju means 30. Given that the two girls were a scientist's experiments, this could imply that the professor never really cared for them and didn't even bother giving them proper names, which Nijuku and Sanju never realized since they were so little. When you think of it like that, their story seems so much sadder. As I mentioned before, this manga is deceptively lighthearted at the beginning, so this scene was a bit of a surprise to me when I first saw it. And that was only the beginning. From this point on, there are many more moments like this that stand out in the manga, some of which are actually quite subtle. I think that's what really drew me into the story and what made it one of my favorite manga of all time. So that was, well, it was supposed to be day 7 of 12 Days of Anime. Once again, I'm sorry for this being so late and I'll try to get back on schedule soon. But until then, I'll see you later. On top of that, as I mentioned before, this manga is deceptive. Dang it!